Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is about servicing and review of early 1980s Crompton Decair ceiling fan. I got this fan from a well-known electrician and she said that the fan was repainted by the previous owner. Let's get it started. I can predict these blades are not a blade set of Dec Air and it is an unshooted blade set of high breeze. Let me start the fan. The acceleration is good. Airflow is awesome. The fan is slightly wobbling due to unbalanced blades, so I will balance the blades during service. Now let me remove the blades from the shank. Let's test the motor without blade. Now I have removed the motor from the down rod. Let me dismantle the motor now. Remove all the wires from the connector box. Remove the capacitor. Remove the connector box and keep it aside. Now let me dismantle the motor cover. It seems like someone have removed the third motor screw from the motor in order to freely fit the blade above the screw. The bottom of the shaft is loaded by a spring. The bearings are completely dried out, hence I am going to replace both the bearings. The windings are slightly shaking, but it is likely to be worse during continuous use, and finally it will result in short circuit, body leakage, etc. To avoid such situations, now I am applying the insulation varnish on both the sides of the windings. Let it dry for 2 to 4 hours in direct sunlight. To remove the old bearing, we can use the bearing puller or we can also remove it manually. But the best way is to use bearing puller because it doesn't cause any cracks or damage in the fan body or housing. Here I am using 6202 and 6203 sized bearings of HEH brand and it is rubber sealed. Remove the seal from the bearing using tester. Now I am applying a small amount of grease on both the bearings. Even though the bearing has few amount of grease in it, it will be better when we apply some more grease. No need to overfill the bearing using grease, just small amount of grease on both the sides of the bearing is enough. Refill the bearing and wipe out the excess grease. Now I have removed the old bearings. Here I have the new ones. After removing the old bearing, I have cleaned the housing and surface using WD-40. Now I am fitting the new bearing. While fitting, place the old bearing above the new one to avoid the damage of new bearing. Now I am assembling the fan motor. Always assemble the stator on the top cover. Place the spring on the bottom of the shaft and then close the bottom cover. This step-by-step procedure of fitting will mostly reduce The most common fitting issues which results in friction between stator and rotor, overheating and sieve up. Now I am fitting the connector box. The original capacitor was replaced by Tipcon 2.5 MFT oil capacitor by the previous owner, and it is in perfect condition, so there is no need to replace the capacitor. Now let's test the fan motor. There is no any horrible bearing noise except the motor humming sound. Here I have drilled the hole in the center of all the shanks. The hole is big enough to fit an M8 bolt. By making this hole, the motor screw will not be disturbed, even if the blades are removed and replaced. Here I have attached the blade with shank, and I have added the washers on both the sides between screws and nuts, and tighten it firmly. Here I have reversed the position of the shank. Thanks to my YouTube friend Soradip Biswas for explaining me the construction and tricks about these shanks. Now I have adjusted all the 4 blades equally. Let's turn on the fan. The fan has good acceleration and torque. Maximum speed of this fan is 265 rpm. The airflow is strong and wide. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching.